Hello everyone, how are you today? And welcome back to my channel. My name is Oyinlola, and today I want us to look at another everyday challenges, issues that we come across, challenges, issues that we deal with, and that is how to channel our troubles, our challenges into treasures. Now, challenges, situation comes every time. They are part of what we deal with every day. Before I go ahead, if this is your first time on this channel, please consider subscribing. Give it a thumb up if you like it. Share it. If there's any issue you want us to talk about, anything that is bothering your mind, please put it down in the comment below and I will be more than happy to share it. So let's get started. Now, how do we channel the challenges and troubles that we come across every day into treasures? Now, challenges, troubles, unpleasant situations, they are not something that we pray for or something that we wish to happen. They just happen and no one is exempted. We all have to face it, and we face it every day of our lives. Now, they are inevitable. We can't avoid it. So when challenges comes, when situation comes, when trouble comes, how do we handle it in a way that we can channel it and turn it into something treasured, something that can be a stepping stone for us to move ahead, something that we can use as an anchor to help us, rather than allowing situations and circumstances to tear us apart and destroy us. That's what we want to look at today. Like I said earlier, challenges and troubles are inevitable. We cannot avoid them. You know, I know many times when we say some things, we say, oh no, uh, maybe it's not going to happen to me. Yes, nobody pray for anything bad to happen. But the truth of the matter is that it happens. So when things like that happens to us, whether it's in a very small version or in a particular shape or in different forms, how do we handle them? Now, this is what makes the difference. Like I said, challenges are inevitable. What makes the difference is how we handle it, the choices that we make when we're in that situation. And that's what we want to look at today. So, how should we handle problems? How should we handle situation? Firstly, we need to acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge that there is trouble here. There's a challenge here. There's something that I'm dealing with here. Don't let us sweep it under the carpet. Don't let us act as if, oh, we're just going to sleep and wake up and it will disappear, because it will not disappear. It doesn't disappear just like that. It doesn't disappear by not doing anything about it. So we're going to acknowledge that this situation is here and this is the situation. We have to be very clear in our mind what it is that we are dealing with. Now, having acknowledged it, the next thing we want to look at is we want to seek counsel. We want to seek counsel. We want to understand the implication of what we are in if we don't yet. In seeking counsel, we want to begin to identify what is our responsibility. We seek counsel, we take responsibility. Because when issues happen and all we can do is to blame, 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 blaming just escalate problem. It doesn't solve nothing. It just compound problems. So in seeking counsel, we want to identify what is my responsibility? What do I need to do? Who do I need to inform? Who do I need to apologize to? Whose toes have I stepped on? Who do I need to inform before they discover? Because if we inform on time, before people discover, then it doesn't aggravate the issue. It doesn't make the issue to become more like we are hiding something. Let's be clear in our mind. Let's take responsibility. Let's take necessary actions. Is this something that we need to make restitution? Is it something that we need to acknowledge and apologize? Let's take action when necessary, when it's appropriate, not when it is too late. We need to take action. And then we want to avoid blames, complaining. Complaint, like I said earlier, doesn't sweep anything away. It's not a time that we begin to say, oh, it's your fault. We begin to apportion blames. We begin to apportion fault. We begin to apportion who is right and who is wrong. That is not how to handle it. When we begin to apportion blame, everybody will be at the edge. We will just make the whole situation messy. We don't want to apportion blames. We want to, even though we can state the fact where the fact needs to be. Sometimes the fact is not even necessary at that point in time. What is best at some point in time is just to be quiet. So we need to understand the terrain. We need to understand the situation at hand. If it's the time to be quiet, if it is time to be quiet, we will be quiet. We need to understand the timing so that we'll take the necessary step at the right time. And there are some situations that we cannot do anything about. And when we find ourselves in a situation where we can't do anything about, then we just leave it. We let go and we let God. We be positive while we're in that situation. Say, for example, somebody passed away or something irreversible happened. If it is something that we cannot do anything about it, we can't remain in that situation and be bitter or blaming ourselves or apportioning blame to others. All those things will never solve the problem. Lastly, which I want to say here is that we need to learn from our situations, our troubles, our challenges. This is very important because if we don't learn, the chances are that we may stumble on another similar situation, which we don't want to happen. So for every situation that comes across us, every challenges, every trouble, we want to sit back after a while and reflect back and ask ourselves, how did I get into this situation? How did this happen? What could I have done that could have prevented this? What could I have done that I could have avoided this altogether? Or what could I have done at the beginning or at the earlier stage that could have prevented this situation getting to this stage? When we do that reflection, when we do that analysis, we can pick up lessons from there. And the lessons we pick up from there, we take it along with us and we use it for future circumstances, because circumstances, one ends, another one begins. It's part of the cycle of our lives. We cannot, prevent it. There are inevitable things that comes anytime at unexpected times in different circumstances, in different shapes. We need to realize that challenges, troubles, circumstances, they are inevitable. What makes the difference are the choices that we make while we're in those situations. My word for us today is, let's make the wise choice. Let's acknowledge it. Let's seek wisdom. Let's take responsibility. Let's not apportion blame. And whatever is the outcome, especially in situations that we cannot deal with, let us acknowledge it and move on. Thank you for being part of today's video, and I will see you next week when I come around again. Thank you.